Today we're gonna be making a St. Patrick's Day ribbon wreath, and I'm so excited. These are one of my favorite holiday crafts to make, or our ribbon wreaths. They're pretty easy to put together, fairly straightforward, and that makes this a really beginner-friendly craft. And it's very versatile, because you just change up the colors of your ribbon and boom! New holiday, new theme. You can really, truly customize this to your style, the aesthetic you're going for, and I love that versatility. So the ease and versatility make this one of my favorite holiday crafts, but really craft for any time of the year. Today we're gonna be using a 16-inch wire frame and some wired ribbon. I ordered a selection online. I couldn't find much in store that I liked, so I just ordered the ribbons online. You're gonna want about 50 to 60 yards of wired ribbon. The wired ribbon keeps its shape better. You don't want a droopy wreath. I'll link the exact ribbons below in the description box. That way you can find them easily in case you wanna create this exactly. You can absolutely mix and match colors. If you want it all green, keep it all green. You could use plaid, you could add in some golds. Metallic accents look beautiful for St. Patrick's Day. You also might want to have a selection of floral picks, a monogram, or St. Patrick's Day picks to add into your wreath for a little extra zhuzh. Today I have flowers and greenery that we may or may not use. Okay, so we're gonna pull off a little bit of each of them. We're gonna take a length of ribbon, and you're gonna decide how big you want these loops to be. And I kind of would use my hand, just because that's an easy measurement. The bigger the loop you use, the fluffier your overall wreath is going to be. The smaller the loop that you use, the more compact your wreath is going to be. Neither one's right or wrong. It's just up to you and what kind of look you're going for. So we're gonna do a medium one. I kind of want a little more than my hand span. So we're taking it and we're just gonna twist. And then we've got a nice loop. We're gonna take that loop and we're gonna push it through our wire frame. So I'm gonna start right here. Push it through to about where I had twisted it, okay? It keeps coming loose, so we're just gonna twist it a little more. We're just gonna take this loop, hold it in place right here. So we're gonna take our loop and we're just gonna loop it back around one time and push it through. And that, you can see it's holding in place much better. So that's what we're gonna do with these first loops, just to keep the ribbon in place and to not make things any more complicated on ourselves. So this is our first color, is the cream. And next we're gonna go in with the solid green. Unwrap a little length of it. We're gonna do the same thing. We're going to loop it using a little more than my hand span, and then we're gonna twist. That's it, just a simple twist, once or twice, until you feel like it's secure enough. See how this one is in this inner circle? We're gonna go into the middle circle next. And with the next ribbon, we'll go into the outer circle. So we're just gonna push that one through. And you can see how that one's sliding through. So in order to keep it in place, we're just gonna loop it around one of these horizontal frame wires, okay? So we'll push it back to the back side. Okay, so now it's in the back, and then we'll pull it back through to the front. Let's add in our third color. We're gonna use this glitter. This one I am excited about. So again, a little bit more than a hand span. We're just gonna twist. And then we're gonna push it through this outer ring. And that one is a thicker ribbon. It's got a lot more structure to it. You can kind of see on the back end, it's got this beautiful like color changing back. So it's and actually the glitter's not getting everywhere. I don't know what to do with this. But it's a thicker ribbon, so you can see it's staying in place a little bit better. It adds a nice shimmer too. If you want to keep it in place a little more securely, again, you can wrap it around one more time, just to give it a little more security. There we go. So next, we're gonna go back to our cream colored ribbon, but we don't wanna put it through this inner circle, because then we'll just end up with a circle of cream, a circle of green, a circle of sparkle green. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate which loop they go through. So instead of the first one, we're gonna put it through the middle one now. Looking at the back end, we're gonna grab a hand length, we're gonna twist, push it through the middle loop this time. Since this isn't the first one, I'm not going to keep wrapping it around because it's really not necessary. You can see it's staying in place much better. So we're just not gonna worry about it. We're gonna go back to our green. Do about a handspan, twist, and we're gonna push it through the outer ring now instead of the middle ring. There we go. And then onto our sparkle. Again, about a handspan. We're gonna loop. We're gonna push it through the innermost ring. Okay. So you can see we've kind of got it a good start coming along. So back to the cream. Because I have less of the shamrock ribbon, we're gonna use it a little more sparingly just to add more little pops. So for this, I'm just gonna put one in the first row. And I am gonna loop it back around. Got an extra little fun St. Patrick's Day thing going on there. So we basically loop, twist, and push through. That's it. That's all you have to do. If you can make a loop, you can absolutely do this. Now I'm just using my hand to hold these ribbons in place as I go along. You'll notice I just have my thumb kind of here holding them. If that's difficult for you, you could also use a clothespin and just kind of hook it on right there. So we're doing like 5 to 6 loops per section, per color. If you want, you could have more loops per section. You could have fewer. That's totally up to you. If you have fewer, then you might find that they're moving a little more and you might want to use some additional wire or even pipe cleaners to help hold those loops in place on the back. I let the tension do a lot of work. That's why I want to make sure I have a certain amount of loops per section. That way they hold themselves there well enough. We got this all filled in, but our ribbons are still attached. So we're gonna go ahead and snip those. I just tie them together. You can kind of fold them in. You could add a little bit of hot glue to keep that secure and cover the wires because you don't want to be poking yourself with it. We are going to go ahead and take a minute to fluff out our loops. You can shape it exactly how you want it and it's going to hold because those wires are going to hold it in place so we can get these nice and full. You can kind of spread them out and get just that look that you're going for. I feel like this is very forgiving too because even if your loops weren't all exactly the same size, that's okay. Adds a little more variety to your finished wreath. Don't necessarily like how those are looking though. So some of these purple flowers, and then I've got this hydrangea. So we could do something like this. I'm just gonna place them through. Right on through. So we've got the stems back here. If I had some gold coin picks, those would look nice in there too. We're gonna kind of leave it like that. Now what you're gonna do with the stems, you could hot glue them down in place, but I like having the versatility of being able to take them out. Take a little bit of wire, and we're just gonna take a little length. This is jewelry wire. That's what I have the most on hand. So I've got my jewelry pliers, which have a little snip right there, so I can cut the wire. I've got my little piece of wire. We're gonna take it around the edge of the wire frame and the stem. You'll wanna be careful doing this because you don't wanna poke yourself. Twist it in place. If you can't twist it tight enough, you can use your pliers to help you get a nice grip. Our other option would be to create a nice big bow. Take a nice length, one. We're gonna put a little strip between those. We'll use that side. So we're gonna push it down. Pull that side in, fold that side on, fold this side on. That way we can use the contrasting side. So my camera may have died, so we're actually gonna flip this one inside out because I do like this side of the ribbon too. We can have it contrasting. We can do it like this. And then we'll use this little piece around, push up in the middle, and then pull the sides back over. And then we're gonna use our little center strap. This is our tail. It's just another length of ribbon folded, and then I just used some wire in the middle. We're gonna have this as a separate piece. The nice thing keeping this on wires, then we can put it wherever we want. We can mix it up. We can change it year to year. We don't have to have it in the same spot. We're gonna take a longer wire to hold it in place. We're gonna tuck that in. We're gonna bring this around so that we've got our nice bow. We want to make sure it's more even than that. This side in a little bit more. Make sure that's balanced. Okay, and then I'm going to take a little spot of hot glue. You can use the tails, you don't have to. You could use just the bow part. I'm just gonna slide this over the other wire. So we've got them connected. Slip them through. Just gonna create a little bit of a hook like that. And I'm just gonna connect that around this outer wire piece. That way it's easy for me to find if I want to remove it and place it elsewhere. It gives us a nice jaunty little side bow. And that's it. This is such a simple project, but it makes such a big impact on your front door or wherever in your home you want to place it. I love how the green and white balance each other out and add a little bit of depth to this wreath, a little bit of contrast. But then we've also got 3 different types of green ribbon that add some unique textures. We've got this mesh ribbon with the little shamrocks. We've got this green glitter that I really enjoyed. Works so nicely, and I like that it had the contrasting side so we could make a nice bow that would stand out. Not completely the same color, but in the same family at least, because all of my other potential accent pieces had more of a yellow tone. So this worked out really, really well. If you'd like to recreate this exact wreath, I'll make sure to link all of the supplies I used below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more cozy lifestyle content. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!